Millions of people will be diagnosed this year, many of them over 50. And today we're going to explore which sexually transmitted diseases are the most prevalent and which ones are making a comeback.
Kim, Miranda, Sophia, they're all ladies known for their killer figures, and now you too can have those envious curves. Today we're learning ways to tighten our thighs and lift our derriere. And once you've done all the hard work, you'll want to further enhance that look. And the right bra can do just that. How to figure out what's the right size for you.
And we are in the kitchen with Jules making a sweet and smoky Super Bowl appetizer.
Oh, but we're not stopping there, Jimmy. We're also making a grape teeny for both the kids and the adults. Delmarva Life starts right now. Good afternoon, I'm Lisa Bryant.
I'm Jimmy Hopple. Welcome to Delmarva Life from historic Studio D.
And you know what? It's tax season.
I know.
You need me to remind you?
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, tax season is here, and you know, not everybody can afford to go have their taxes prepared by a professional, but there is a way that you can. Shore Up is offering free preparation and electronic filing. It's for families whose total household income was under $51,000 in 2013. Now, the taxes are done by appointment only, and it's going to happen tomorrow through April 13th. If you want some more information, they're going to be doing them at sites in, by the way, Somerset, Wycomico, and Worcester counties. If you want to make that appointment, 410-749-1142, and we'll post specific information specific to each county on our website, delmarvalife.com.
And of course, that's for your 2012 taxes. Not like they're going to go back a few years or anything. Like 2012 taxes is what they're working on.
Right.
I don't know about you, but for me, there is something, and I don't know how to explain it. Tactile. There's something I enjoy about a book.
Yeah.
Turning the pages.
Oh, you're
going
as
back
opposed
and
to
taking
a
ebook.
ebook.
Yeah, I've got a lot of ebooks on my Kindle, but there's something satisfying about reading. But the reason I'm mentioning that is because the Friends of the Georgetown Public Library are holding their annual book sale this weekend. It's going to start Thursday, January 24th. There's going to be a hardback section. There's going to be a paperback section. There's going to be coffee table books, not to mention the fact there's going to be a kids section. So that's going on Thursday from 10 to 8, 10 in the morning to late in the evening. Then Friday, which is the 25th, from 10 to 5, and then Saturday from 10 to 1. That library is on 123 West Pine Street
in Georgetown. Now, speaking of libraries, the Friends of the Wycomico Public Library are seeking nominations for the Light of Literacy Awards. This is the first year for it. Nominees help others improve the reading skills and literacy skills necessary to become lifelong readers.
Yeah.
And so they're going to be taking nominations. The winners will be announced in April at a awards banquet. It's going to be happening at the Fountains in Salisbury, and I'm going to be there Thursday, April 11th from 8 to 10 a.m. And they have all kinds of categories from youth volunteer, adult volunteer, business, organization, meaning nonprofits, also educators and higher education, and of course local authors. So you can get a nomination form on our website, delmarvalife.com. Click on the show tab, or you can pick one up at any Wycomico Library branch.
Neat stuff. Neat stuff. You know, last year it was 1.5 million people that filed for bankruptcy, and of those, 450,000 were women. And
this year it's estimated that number will climb to 1 million women filing for bankruptcy. That's more than the number of women that will graduate from college, more than those who will be told they have cancer, or more than those who will file for divorce. The numbers are staggering. Here are some steps to bounce back.
Gabby Douglas took home the gold, but while the numbers are adding up for her, this Olympian's mother is facing bankruptcy. And she's not alone. Cyndi Lauper, Kim Basinger, and Dorothy Hamill all had successful careers and a bankruptcy to clear the financial slates. New reports out show women who are declaring bankruptcy have higher education levels, attended college, are employed, and own their own homes. They played by all the rules, but are in an economic freefall. That's what happened to Rose Cola, and now she hopes she's headed in the right direction.
Finally found a financial institution that was willing to put some faith in me, and I've been with them for a year, and I've made every payment on time.
The single mother is reestablishing credit after bankruptcy. A divorce several years ago put her in a financial tailspin.
Now I've become the sole provider, raising 2 children, a mortgage, 2 mortgages, car payments, Catholic school. On one income, it's basically impossible.
But how do you rebuild when your credit is destroyed?
Bankruptcy used to be, the big scarlet B on your forehead. it's not quite as traumatic anymore.
Kim Wisser is a consumer educator with a nonprofit Money Management International. She tells people to start small when looking to rebuild.
Retail stores, gas cards are more likely to give you a credit card than the larger cards like a Visa or a MasterCard.
Another option is to apply for a secured credit card. You give the bank or credit union a small amount of money. They give you a credit card with a matching limit. Use it monthly and pay the balance in full each month. Never let the balance exceed 10% of the limit. Once you're back on the way to establishing credit, make it your top priority to maintain it. It's important to have a zero balance at the beginning of the month when credit scores are recalculated.
It takes time to establish it, and you can ruin it in a month.
Women can help themselves if they keep their fixed expenses like rent, car payments, and student loans to half of their income. Most of all, you'll need a little patience. Most lenders look at a 2-year credit history before saying yes to big financing like a house or a car. So remember, when the stress starts to get you down,
You get over that. You really do. You get over that little hump, and it just broadens the horizon.
For many women, the law is working against them. About 7 years ago, it became harder to file for bankruptcy, and men were forced to pay their bills instead of their child support. 29 women's groups, including the YWCA and now Legal Defense Fund, are fighting the bankruptcy legislation.
So you like playing bingo?
With the kids, yeah, it's
With
fun.
kids? Okay, well, if you're not a big time bingo player
with all the cards and yeah,
stoppers and all that, well. The reason we're saying this is because it's almost time for Bingo Mania. Eastern Shore's largest bingo cash prize event is coming back. Now, the regular game payouts, as if you didn't already know, $500. Special game payouts, $1,000. The jumbo jackpot payout, a maximum of $10,000. Now, depending on attendance, you need to bring 3 non-perishable food items to the game, and you'll get 3 additional cards to the first early bird game. So if you're a bingo player, you know how much all that means. All proceeds are going to benefit the Mardella Middle and High School bands. Here's the details. Bingo Mania, Saturday, February 9th. The early bird games, the doors open at 5 o'clock. The early bird games are then. Regular games begin at 7:30. Tickets are only $45 in advance, $55 if you show up at the door wanting to get in. If you want more information, there's the number to call, 410-677-5170.
Another a worthwhile group in many cities are the Jaycees.
Yes.
Salisbury Jaycees are actually looking for new members. A friend of mine is actually the president, and she's putting out the call for people between 18 and 40. You're invited to volunteer for the Jaycees. They do all kinds of neat things. They hold their meetings 7:30 p.m. every third Monday at the Salisbury Chamber of Commerce Business Center. If you want some more information, you know where to go, delmarvalife.com.
And that is one rowdy crew. They have a lot of fun.
They do have a lot of fun. They do
things.
the Christmas parade.
Yeah.
They do a lot of stuff with the pork in the park.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, consider that. You need to consider that. Now that it's finally starting to turn cold, good grief, we were in the 60s, 70s there for the longest time. Health experts are saying just because it's finally getting cold does not mean that you have to stay inside. They're suggesting that regular physical activity can boost your energy levels. It will slow the release of those stress-related hormones and take care of some of the sluggishness that'll creep up on you during the colder winter months. Also, it can help your body fight off bacterial and viral infections, dealing with the flu and stuff. You don't want to mess with all of that. So, researchers are saying that the best thing for you to do this time of year, I mean, if you spend a lot of time outside during the summer, that's one thing, but you kind of have to work into the cold weather.
Right.
Go out for a little bit of time and build up your tolerance for the cold, and then you can go out. Just layer up, hop on the bike, go for a walk, take the dog and the kids, whatever, but don't just stay inside.
Yeah.
It's still too nice.
It's good for you to exercise.
Even when it's cold.
It's good for your rear, which we're going to talk about a little bit
Talk
later.
about that here in just a little bit. The 6th annual Winter Jam fundraiser is coming up Friday. There he is, Greg Mack. He's a Cape graduate. He's a Cape parent as well, as a matter of fact. And he's going to be performing at this year's Winter Jam. The theme, Under the Boardwalk. Sound familiar? The Funster's going to be there. Wise Guys will be performing as well. The proceeds from the Winter Jam Fund at the foundation, which offers small scholarships to Cape Henlopen School District employees for innovative, creative, student-focused projects for the classroom. There's the details. 7 o'clock Friday evening at the Rehoboth Beach Convention Center. The tickets are going to be $25. If you get them ahead of time, you show up at the door, it's going to be $30. So be sure to stop by and find out more about that. Show dates from 3 to 7. Yeah,
sounds like a good time.
It's going to be great.
Yeah.
A lot of fun.
When it comes to walking the dogs, do you ever wish they could just drive themselves?
That's crossed my mind.
Really?
It would, yeah.
It's crossed your
Here are
mind?
the keys. Take off. Come back and let me know.
Yeah. Well, look at this. Look at that. Two
Oh,
New
get
Zealand
outta
rescue
here.
dogs not only learned how to drive, they passed their driver's test on live television. Trainer Mark Vett says it's all the dog's doing. He started the key,
There's
put
no
the paw
way.
on the brake to allow it to go into gear, put it into drive, paw on the steering wheel,
Are you
accelerator on, and off he goes down the track.
No, no, no.
Porter and Monty, the names of the dogs, were taught to drive in order to show that shelter dogs are intelligent and highly capable canines who make great pets and now chauffeurs.
That's a real car.
That is a real car.
He was driving a real car.
Can you imagine going through the drive-through, sit in the passenger seat, your dog's driving? Well, up next on Delmarva Life, it's a tough conversation to have, but an important one: sexually transmitted diseases.
Guess what? It's not just a disease affecting the younger generation. As a matter of fact, the number of seniors living with STDs is on the rise. What you need to know to protect yourself.
And a little later, what many of us would do for those killer curves. Look at that. Ladies, you know what I'm talking about. Just look at some of our favorite celebrities. While they have the money to spend on celebrity trainers, many of us don't. So we're learning how to tone and tighten without spending a dime.
Delmarva Life, life at its best here on Delmarva.
Delmarva Life is brought to you by Sussex County Federal Credit Union, guiding you to your financial future. Peninsula Regional Medical Center, honored to serve the entire Delmarva Peninsula since 1897. Your local York and Mitsubishi dealers, and State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.